There was a version of you that used to exist. Loud, maybe. Or quiet in a different way than you are now. Curious about things you've since stopped noticing. That version of you isn't around anymore. And nobody told you to grieve him. There's no funeral for the kid you used to be. No one gathers to remember him. No one says nice things about who he was before he disappeared. He just quietly stopped existing one ordinary day you can't even pinpoint, replaced so gradually by who you are now that you never noticed the moment it happened. Think about it for a second. The kid who used to run for no reason, not because he was late, not because he was exercising, just because running felt good and there didn't need to be a reason beyond that. When's the last time you did anything just because it felt good, with no purpose attached to it at all? The kid who asked why, constantly, about everything, because the world hadn't finished explaining itself to him yet, and he wasn't embarrassed to keep asking until it made sense. Somewhere along the way, you learned that asking too many questions made you look like you didn't already know things, so you stopped asking. You started nodding instead, pretending the world made sense, even when it didn't. The kid who cried without shame, who laughed with his whole body, who felt things at full volume because nobody had taught him yet that feelings were supposed to be managed, minimized, kept quiet so they wouldn't inconvenience anyone else in the room. Somewhere between then and now, he left. Not all at once. Not in some dramatic moment you could point to and say, that's when I changed. He left in pieces. A little more of him gone every time you learned to protect yourself. Every time someone hurt you and you decided the safer move was to feel less. Every time you traded wonder for competence, curiosity for certainty, softness for whatever version of strength you thought adulthood required. And here's the part that actually aches if you let it. You probably don't even remember the last time you were fully him. There was a last day you played the way only children play, fully, stupidly, without self-consciousness, and you didn't know it was the last day. There was a last time you believed something completely, without the armor of doubt you carry now, and you didn't mark the occasion, it just happened. And then it was over. And you moved on to becoming someone else without ever saying goodbye to who you were. I think that's why certain things blindside us out of nowhere. A smell, an old song, a specific kind of afternoon light. And suddenly you're not just remembering being a kid, you're grieving him hard for reasons you can't fully explain to anyone standing next to you, because some part of you knows exactly what that ache is. It's not nostalgia, it's mourning for someone who used to be you, who isn't anymore, and who you never got the chance to properly say goodbye to. I don't think the goal is to become him again. You can't. Too much has happened. Too much of you has been shaped by things he never had to carry. But maybe the goal is smaller than that. Maybe it's just letting yourself grieve him honestly, instead of pretending he doesn't matter because he was just a kid and you're an adult now. Like growing up erases the right to miss who you used to be. He mattered. He's the reason you know what wonder felt like before the world got heavy. He's the reason some part of you still, quietly, remembers how to feel things at full volume, even if you've buried that part under years of being careful. So if you feel that ache tonight out of nowhere, for no clear reason, that's just grief. Old, delayed, finally catching up to you. Let it. He deserves at least that much. A little mourning. A little acknowledgement that he existed and mattered and is genuinely gone.